Well, back up here after a month and a half since the last time I was here. Considerably cooler. It's now mid-September. I think it was 55 degrees when I checked a little bit ago, so I basically have a little bit more of the blocking to do, and then I've got to put this pine bead board underneath the rafters, so it's not just unfinished plywood underneath there, and then I'll paint it, stick this up there with brad nails. To be honest with you, I'm not sure I've ever used the brad nail. I know there's some nails in here, so maybe I have. If I have, it's been a long time. So these are 18 gauge 1-inch stainless steel for exterior, and hopefully that'll work. So I wanted to have enough to get through the wood, obviously, and into the plywood, but not enough to go through the entire thickness of the roof sheeting. So we'll hope that the 1-inch works. I have to say, this is a lot better working conditions than 80 and 90 degree weather. This is just beadboard. I mean, I'm sure it's intended for interior use, but it's just pine, so, and it's underneath, so it shouldn't be exposed to all that much water. And plus, once I prime it and paint it, it should be good to go. Okay, well, after a few trial cuts, looks like the length is going to be 10 and 11/16. Hopefully that's fairly consistent, although I'm sure it'll vary a little bit. I set the brad nailer at 40 psi. That puts the top of the brad, or the head of the brad, just a little bit subset, or sunk a little bit. So see how this goes. I don't know if it's going to be worth all the work to do it, but still look better than unfinished plywood. Okay, I think we've got it down pretty good, so I'm going to move to the mass production version. So I'll just cut a bunch of these and put them in instead of getting up and down 100 times. I don't have to clean that out. Just stay out of the way of that. Good? it's not structural, like just see what things nail. It's just on perimeter, so it's not going to be the entire roof. It's just on the roof, so I'll get the roof there. Look at that. Now just take a little bit of roasting. I'm going to take beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Looks like complicated. You don't paint it, so good. If I can get this side and that edge done today, I'd be a happy man. Supposed to last 5 here. I got the Northwoods. No shortage bugs. Ropes here. Nice thing about it. Not a lot of people. What is there? So basically, paper. Choose a reason to do it. Not a lot of people. My mom's asking me to take it. Well, you know, I'm pretty sure it's you know, I'm pretty over 2 weeks. Okay, well, I got the first section done, as you can see. Actually, once it got going, it wasn't too bad. It's just kind of a pain how some of the sections had to be a little longer, a little shorter than the others, but you know, it is what it is. That last piece I had to cut down the width a little bit to make it fit, and then kind of shoehorned it in there. Got that done. I never did film any of the roller door install, mostly because it was raining and mostly because I had somebody helping me, so I didn't want to have time to, or didn't have time to fool around with the camera and whatnot. So let's zoom out a little bit here if I can. There we go. So that took 2 people to get in, and it worked out pretty good. I mean, it's just one of those things, you gotta have 2 people to do it because it's just so heavy and awkward. But get the rails in on both sides, make sure those are level, and then you kind of assemble it on the ground and then lift it up into place. Then you adjust the tension of the door, and voila. I think it took us a couple hours to do it, but that's all done. Nice thing about that is I was able to get everything in there and locked up instead of leaving it outside or having to take it all the way down to the boathouse. So it's just kind of a roll-up door like you see on a storage unit you rent. This was the one I bought at Menards. It's kind of a gray color, so a little nicer on the eyes than the standard white. So, all right, the next thing up to bid, or next thing I need to do, is do all these little bays in between the joists. So one at a time, I'll just kind of work my way, probably from, let's see, how do I do this? Back to front? Well, I'll think about it and figure it out. So goal is to get this whole row done, and then if I can, get the blocking in there. Probably put like 5 blocks, evenly spaced, mostly just for looks. So, all right. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So 1 7/8 will hopefully give me just enough space to get that over the tongue of the other piece. So. Oh, nice. Okay. So, maybe an 1/8 inch gap back here, but fill that in with caulking. It'll be fine, I think. Jeez. Air blowing back in your face always surprises you. Of course. Okay, day 2. Of course, it rained again last night. Everything's soaked. Hopefully it's stopped for the day. So you can see I got, I think, 9 of these bays done yesterday. Well, made some good progress. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to go. Hopefully I can knock those out this morning. And I've got this side all to do. Hopefully I can get that done as well. The roof shingle's ready to go. I brought up a few more ladders this time. All we had was a 6-foot and then an old extension ladder, and I bought a 10-footer, I think, 12-footer. So I brought up the 8-footer, and then also my extension ladder's in a better shape. Brought that from home too. So okay, so this is day 3 back at it. I did get all the remaining bays done yesterday on this side. And I have to say, it was time consuming. Not sure if it's worth it or not, to be honest with you. Probably not. And got this side done as well. That went much faster just because you're just cutting the same size over and over. I did get 4 of these bays done. There's such a gap at the end here between the blocking and the roofing deck. I'm gonna have to get a little bit of a piece of trim to block that opening off, so I didn't even bother going all the way to the edge there, which is nice because it's saving me having to make a half cut. I'm actually working from the peak down this time, and you can see I've got 11 more bays, so that's what I'll focus this morning on. This is the last piece, so I just made my short. Waste these. So I have to make another trip in town. Well, for sure. I gotta do this too, so it's not anything I can. Probably get this way and part of the I guess. Yeah, it's 5 full pieces left in this one. So 85 for each side. Question is, do I waste the there? Okay, well, first thing is you don't realize how old you are until you see yourself in video. So, wow. All right. Well, one thing I forgot to do was do the blocking. So the fly rafter blocking up here. Wow. Okay. Yep. Right in there. So I think I'll do 5 pieces in there. And again, it's just for looks. So do that. Then I got to go to town, get a few things to finish the bead board, and I'll start caulking and hopefully a couple days be all done with that, paint, and then start with the roofing shingles. So okay, so I still have these 2x12s left over from the fascia board, so I'm using those for blocking, and then I'll obviously have to cut a little bit down off this section to kind of get them up and just a little bit higher than the actual fascia. So let's do that. Oh, man. Still short. There we go. There we go. Please fit. Hey, buddy, where? Don't you move? Come on. Yeah, there you go. Don't you get hit by a bunch of sawdust? There you go. fits like a glove, but you can't move it. Not terrible. Just the way it sits is like. Come on, buddy.